race will actually begin. Good luck. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. Have some good fun luck. May the luck that you have be both good and fun. Thank you for the good luck and the don't die. Hopefully I will get them in equal portions. And enough to see me through to the end of the game. That's too far. That's too far. There we go. Metroid Milkshake. Dude, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is one of those games that I would play just for the music. But the gameplay also happens to be really good. It's like the best of both worlds. May your locks always be hard. May RNG always in your favor. I mean, if I'm gonna lock the game, I'd rather hard lock it than soft lock it. Ugh, 4114, it's a palindrome. Insane Firebat accidentally landed on the wrong space station. That explains his time. He pulled into the one, and he's like, wait, this isn't the right one. Had to pull out, go into the right one. That explains his time. Alright, let's get a little chat window. Rainwave. And up. I want to see what's coming up. Took the extra time to kill Ridley. I wish you could actually kill Ridley there. It would make the game so much shorter. He gets to just skip all of Warfare. Seffy. Don't need to have a good early game if you have a good late game, though. Yeah. If you could kill Ridley, you would just skip the game. Just skip going to ZBs. Like, okay, we got him. We need to find another space station to take this guy to. Yes, Apathy Duck. Late game is everything after series. Unless you're me, then late game is everything after Attic Spark. Everything up until Attic Spark is just a warm-up, and everything after Attic Spark is just a formality. Spin jump time. Get me out of the climb. Post-game. Visit ZB's on vacation. Oh hey, there are pirates here. I can probably do something about this. We could reference the Nintendo Power comic one more time and say we'll just give it to our fellow bounty hunter Houston, who goes around collecting and stringing up pirate claws because he gets a good bounty for them. This is kind of a fucked up thing to have in a comic book in a Nintendo Power, though. Yeah, I go around the universe cutting off the hands of space pirates, because that brings in good money. That was a pretty good fight. Post-game DLC. Can you imagine playing a video game that your very first time playing it all the way through 100% takes you like 15 minutes? And then there's like either an update to the game or some DLC for the game. And it adds 20 hours of gameplay. I mean... like if Terraria all of a sudden added, like some kind of collection-based dungeon minigame or something. It's like, we're gonna put you in a Terraria world and you've got to find all these different things and put them on a thing, and I'm basically just referencing Complete the Monument maps from Minecraft. Like, imagine if those were real and actually made by people that like worked for the game instead of just the community. Yeah, like you go from playing Minecraft Alpha, like some of those super early builds that had just limited worlds, and then you start playing like one of Vex's super hostile maps or something. Shoutouts to that guy, Vex. Super hostile maps are still a lot of fun to me. And that's, I think that's the only Minecraft I've actually streamed. It's just me playing a couple of his maps. He's got so many more, and they're so much more difficult than the ones that I've played. Just ran into an issue one day of, the mod pack that I was using for those two playthroughs stopped working. I think it might be working again now, but if I do another one, I'm going to use a different mod pack. A lot of the same mods are in the pack, but a lot of stuff has been like updated and simplified. Some things have been made a lot easier. Like they've added in a feature where instead of just standing around and waiting for a tree to grow, you just mash the shift button a whole bunch. And that'll make your Minecraft character go in and out of his sneaking stance, but it will also cause little growth particles to start shimmering around some of the saplings that you've planted, so definitely get stuff to grow faster by doing the dance. Otherwise, a lot of those mods that I use definitely involve sitting around and waiting to harvest trees. To contrast that with, like, Deadlock, the game I was playing last night, Deadlock 2. When I'm sitting around waiting to harvest trees in that game, it's not because I'm waiting for them to grow, it's because I'm waiting to get my farms built and upgraded. Can't just chop down wood at a regular farm. I need hydroponics for these trees. Minecraft is just one of those games. That exploration, harvesting, crafting, kind of circle of events, with some additional stuff thrown in there, like achievements. That was a good kill. Nice quick. Nice and quick. So I will take it. Yeah, like Terraria, Starbound, Minecraft, they've all got that action rotation where you're exploring, you're harvesting, fighting. It just keeps going in that delightfully little vicious circle. And even like Fallout 4 has a lot of that same energy to it, and I definitely feel like Skyrim is going to as well. It's just Skyrim is going to be the first time I've played a big open game like Fallout 4, but in a medieval setting. So my brain is going to have some fun with that. Nice! That's why I go for that trick, because sometimes I can get it. Oh yeah, that's right. I was like, wait, why is the intro music for Power Blade 2 starting off like this? Then I remembered. Power Blade 2 is technically a Christmas game. It takes place during Christmas. So if I ever felt like doing an NES marathon around Christmas time, you'd have to include Power Blade 2. There's absolutely nothing about the game that's Christmassy, except for the story. Like, it just happens to be Christmas. Now, I can't speak for Power Blade 2, because I haven't played that much of it. I've played enough to know that it's fairly different from Power Blade 1. And Power Blade 1 is one of my favorite NES games of all time. I will always recommend that game very highly. I have often made the somewhat bold claim that I would rather play Power Blade 2, Power Blade 2, I'd rather play Power Blade than Mega Man 2. And Mega Man 2 is my favorite Mega Man game. And they're both two of my favorite NES games of all time. But I definitely take Power Blade over Mega Man. Just a personal preference. I like being the big beefy Arnold Schwarzenegger lookalike named Nova that throws boomerangs. And you can insta-kill just about every single boss in the game. Except for, like, the final boss and one of the stage bosses. So the boss of one of the levels is just a giant beehive. You have to survive waves. As opposed to just having a big thing to fight, like in every other boss room in the game. Ah, yes. A very nice selection. The 8-bit Battle of Magus. While we're talking about favorite games of all time. Hey man, RPGs are known for having good music. At least after a certain point in time. Hey guys! Oof. There's so many people on Twitch that already have custom emotes that are the beam upgrades. So many. But I mean, hey, that's what I would do. If I ever had custom emotes, it'd be like, nope, just the beams. Maybe if I got like a whole bunch of them. And if I ever installed Franker Face Z. Franker Faces? Whatever. If I ever installed it. Some custom emotes that way. Yo, what's up, Firebat? That's the other place, yeah. The beam upgrades are all over the place as sub-badges. That is... I've easily seen more as sub-badges than I have as custom emotes. But, I've seen them both. But yeah. It's like, man, people that aren't even in the races every week. They're just sitting there with their sub-icons of Ice Beam and Spazer. The heck, guys? Please join races. Jump was a little delayed. That was weird. It's probably easier to get them all set up as sub-badges than it is to get them all as custom emotes, because I don't know how many custom emotes you unlock at once. Thought it was just like one slot or 2 slots per subscriber milestone. But I don't know. I don't ever really plan on making a job out of my hobby, so... don't really know if that's ever going to be something that I do know about. Bag of dicks. Get up there. Wonder if there's beam upgrade icons from a Metroid game that haven't been used as sub-icons or custom emotes yet. I'd say fusion, but I don't really think you pick up too many upgrades as icons. You're usually picking them up through those little, like, communication stations. You know, they're atoms just downloading them into your suit. I bet you someone's already used the ones from Metroid Prime. You know, probably someone that speedruns Metroid Prime. While I'm thinking about the Prime games, at some point I do want to check out a any percent run for Prime 2 that uses Out of Bounds. Fuck. I would really like to do a run of Prime 2, but I would like to use the Out of Bounds. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. Just get all of it out of your system, Samus. Didn't press down in time. Press down too soon. You know what? I bet you're right. Bet people don't use the purple squares from the health bar as sub-icons. Or like the ammo pictures up there, like the picture of the missile and the super missile and the power bomb. It might be too big. Let's get one. I don't know what you're talking about, man. We are still in the pre-game. The early game. Come on, big boy. Okay. Go left fast. I was a mid, but I apparently shot just a bit too high. Samus is oft wont to do. Logged him, though. This color combo for Phantoon is really cool. The ghostly sea green with the very deep red. And he's dead. Beep boop. So many power bombs. I still have them equipped. Oh, I do need to kill these guys. A little low on health. Hey, I know it's what the people are here to see. don't know what this Metroid thing is, but I do like that one part when he goes really fast in the air. Yeah, that was a fucking waste of time. Ow. Takes that deep breath and just screams the whole way through. Spark? Spark? Thank you. That's the ceiling. Dang. The string of good luck that I had for executing the Shine Spark properly. It's all gone. It's all gone out the window. Back to our good friend, the dent in the ceiling that's shaped like Samus. I can remember that part of the old adventure game Day of the Tentacle, when Bernard falls off of the roof. And you can make him come to terms with the fact that there's a Bernard-shaped hole out front. Like, I'm not proud of it, but there it is. I did that. I don't remember exactly what it is that he said. And that's the thing, man. If you're gonna make a reference, make sure that you're getting the reference right. Otherwise, no one has an idea of what you're talking about, and you're probably just a fucking loon. Gravity suit. Gravy suit. There we go. Delicious, delicious gravy suit. It's like it's like the Bacta tank in fucking Star Wars, just filled with gravy instead of stuff. You know, whatever that stuff is supposed to be. Bacta fluid. I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars nerd. We talked about that, like, last week. About what Star Wars movies I have and have not actually seen. And how I'm somehow less directly opposed to the sequel trilogy as when they were brand new. That and knowing that John Boyega is the fucking man. And I will not hear any arguments to the contrary. Well, see, that's the thing. I've heard reports on both sides. I've heard a bunch of people that say, oh my god, they're shit, and they just completely fuck everything from the old movies. Like, Isn't that what they said about the prequel trilogy, too? And yeah, those were not the greatest. But I can at least pinpoint that on one actor's performance. And George Lucas's overly present desire to go back and do stuff. I guess it's more interesting to me now. Maybe interesting is not the right word, but like intriguing. Even though they're kind of the same thing. Like, now that the story arc is complete, and you know where they ended up going with it, it'd be more interesting to me to see all three of those movies, one right after another, than to, like, sit in a theater and watch all three of them separated by months and years. I already did that shit once with Lord of the Rings, and I'm not doing it again. Unless someone wants to present me with the next 3-volume unfilmable work. Oops. Like Lord of the Rings. Well, at least in Star Wars, the second one is usually the dark one. Like, thematically. It's the one that shouldn't have a happy ending. Like Infinity War. Man, that's like the other thing. Every time I'm like, yeah, no, I should watch some Star Wars, I'm like, why don't I just go watch Avengers instead? Well, see, that was part of the plot of those Star Wars movies, I thought. We're trying to figure out who the hell Rey actually is. And then the big dumb reveal in the third one. I don't know, maybe it's because it doesn't feel as much like Star Wars, and it just feels like super high fantasy. Like high science fantasy. Because again, after like the original aesthetic choices of the original Star Wars movies, the fact that they go before that time and after that time with such sleek designs on their spaceships and on their architecture, I'm like, none of this is the way this is supposed to look. This is all supposed to look big and blocky and geometric and like it's been cobbled together. The idea of truckers in space. It's supposed to have that rough, squared up look to it. As opposed to when you get to episode 1 and fucking everything is smoothed out and shiny. Like, this isn't Star Wars anymore. Just because everything that's come since the original trilogy has called itself Star Wars, but it hasn't looked like it. At least according to my sense of aesthetics. So none of them can hold up in that sense to the original trilogy, because none of them look like it. I mean, it was a little bit of Disney wanting to flex the fact that they just got Star Wars, yes. And I know one of the big things that people had to say about the movie in a negative way was the way that they used Carrie Fisher, both up to her death and after her death. But again, a lot of that felt like a lot of people just trying to be white knights. But also, generally speaking, I tend to go against the majority train of thought. This is something I discovered thanks to the Everybody Votes channel on the Nintendo Wii. The stuff that I think of, and the stuff that I think about, not necessarily the first thing that's popping up into everyone else's mind. So, I don't generally go along with the consensus. The one that generally wants to know more, though I will ask some questions. But it's one of those movies that was just a cultural phenomenon, and no matter how you try to follow it up, you're never going to be able to convince the fan base of anything. That one thing's better than another, that they should care about this instead of these other characters, or hey, these are how these characters are actually used in our in-film canon. Nah. This is why Rocky movies had to stop being called Rocky. Start talking about Apollo Creed's kid. But it'd be like if someone tried to make The Godfather Part 4 right now. You know, you'd still have some characters from the original movies that might show up and have something to do with the current plot, but can't wait for Rocky 5000. Oh, dude, what movie was that a sight gag in? Airplane 2, the sequel. There was an advertisement for, like, Rocky 200 or something. Wasn't it Spaceballs? They could have been in both. Weren't they made by the same group? Why do I want to say Robert Zemeckis? Well, I know that. I meant, like, the production. Not just, like, who directed it and all that. I know it was Mel Brooks, but... Because a lot of those movies in that time period had a very similar sense of humor, and it was because they had someone, I don't know if it was a writer, or co-writer, or somebody that was helping to write a bunch of those movies. And I thought there was like... I thought there were only like 2 or 3 people that were responsible for almost every funny movie from the 80s. Mel Brooks is definitely one of them. And I'm just speaking about, like, in American films. I still think it was in Airplane 2. Where Stryker's trying to land the space shuttle on the moon. Because I thought it was in the background during the post-credits gags. Or during the gags in the credits when Sonny from Sonny and Cher came out and said his line about his suitcase that had the bomb in it the whole time. Dude, I'm gonna have to do some research during the intermission. Because I just don't know for sure. And I can't remember where in Spaceballs that reference would have been. The only place I can think of is when they're looking through their videotapes. The whole "we're at now" moment. Oh, the guy that gives the news! I'm really hoping that both of us are right here. And that there are just, like, different gags from different people on the same concept of, my god, they're just gonna keep making Rocky movies. Alright. Time to bring it up. I don't know if I've ever actually seen the first Rocky movie. I've seen Rocky 2 and Rocky 3? Possibly 4. I'd have to look at a list. That's when they announced that Pizza the Hut died. Did they have a poster? Or was it just like... Because if it's the poster, then that's what I'm thinking of. Or there's like a cardboard standout of just this old dude with boxing gloves and the red, white, and blue shorts. And yeah, it's just some old dude dressed up like Rocky. No poster. Then I think we're both right. Because if you just recently watched Spaceballs, then you'd know... You'd have a lot of that stuff more easily accessible in your head at this moment than I do, because it's been a while for me. And he's dead. And I'll have to look it up. But I could have sworn it was on display during one of Sonny Bono's scenes during Airplane 2. It's either when he's like checking in at the airport, he's checking his luggage, and it's actually a bomb. Found it. Nice. Fuck. Okay, it was Airplane 2. Good. Hooray! We were both right. Best possible scenario. It's about to say, otherwise one of us is experiencing the Mandela effect. It's probably me. But yeah, I am gonna have to do some digging about people that made comedy movies in the 1980s. Ah, thank you. Discord as well. No, dude. Go through the hot sauce. Nice. Dude, Airplane 2 was a lot of fun. I remember seeing that one before the first one. That happened a lot with me growing up, where I would see the sequel to something first, and then sometimes I still haven't seen the original. However, I think the only case that applies to is the Hot Shots comedy movies. Hot Shots Part 2 is one of my favorite stupid comedy movies of all time. It's so slapstick. Jane Austen's Mafia with Lloyd Bridges is another just classic comedy film. But I don't know if I've actually seen the first Hot Shots. If I did, I haven't seen it anywhere near as much. And while I think the humor in Airplane 1 is a bit more... It's a bit more raw, I'll say. It's a bit more cutting. A bit more like, oh shit, I can't believe they just said that. Like when, at the very beginning of the movie, the two people that are making the announcements at the airport start, like, arguing with each other. It's like, come on now, Karen, don't give me any of that white zone is for loading and unloading only bullshit. And then the lady starts talking about how the guy wants her to have an abortion. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! It's like, the movie's not even been on for 5 minutes, and we're already doing this with two people over loudspeakers that can be heard over the entire airport. They're arguing about whether or not they should get an abortion. Because yes, not being able to, like, you shouldn't be able to say certain stuff, or you shouldn't say that, definitely does play into humor for me. Like the old Nickelodeon TV show. You can't say that on television. The only thing that I really remember about that show is if you said, I don't know, you would get slime dumped on you. Yes. You hit the nail right on the head. Leslie Nielsen's performance in Airplane 1 sums up that movie's sense of humor perfectly. Because he is so deadpan and so serious. And then at the end, when he keeps popping into the cockpit to say the same thing over and over and over again. It's their gag of repetition being funny. Like the one lady sitting in her seat freaking out, then there's just the long line of people that are coming to console her. And by console, I mean shake her around and probably slap her in the face. It was the late 70s, early 80s. That's how consoling was done. We found more effective methods nowadays. And then just like, you combine that straightforward presentation with a lot of the slapstick humor. Like Ted Stryker's drinking problem. He goes to take a drink of orange juice and he just hits himself in the head with the glass and spills it all over his face. Yes, that qualifies as a drinking problem. Gives, like, all the details of his top secret mission to Elaine. And then when she asks when he's leaving, he's like, can't tell you that, that's top secret. It's the balance. That perfect balance. Of serious and humor. Serious presentation of something funny. It's just that every time I feel like someone tried to do that after that style of humor was kind of known, it almost felt a little ham-fisted. But then again, when you're working on these movies, and the studio asks you for a sequel, where it's just more of the same, what do? You gotta give them more of the same. It's like with the Star Wars Family Guy episodes. How by the third time they were all just like, oh, for fuck's sake, fine, let's just get through it. I don't know if I'll ever get over Macho Grande. I don't know if that counts as, like, a joke from the movie, though. But then again, I don't know these people. Thank you. My fake spring ball, aka getting hit by a Rinka. Tried super hard to snipe one of my supers there. Aw, dang. Missed out on the top 10. Well, shit. Still go for top 20. Yeah, it's another one of the repetition things. It's almost like that Saturday Night Live sketch, where they just say, like, the phrase, like, hello, doctor, or good morning, doctor, just over and over and over again. And by the end of the skit, it's, you know, the crowd's just dying with laughter. But it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because it's just a bunch of people saying, good morning, doctor. Good morning, doctor. And then, again, I'm not even sure that that's the right thing that they were saying in that particular sketch. Just remember, there was some kind of SNL sketch where they just were saying the same thing over and over again like that, and I thought doctors were involved. Alright, I should probably get IRC focused on, get my .time pre-typed. Just worried that at some point we're going to run out of people that appreciate movies that have already been made. Hope it's not just dooming us to a world of people that only care about the movies that are coming out now and have come out within the past 5 to 10 years. I mean, there's always going to be some classics. Like Animal House. I bet you, people 20, 30 years from now are still going to be watching Animal House. As long as the American college experience is still a thing, I think Animal House is always going to be around in some form. But I don't know. With other movies of that same ilk, like Revenge of the Nerds? I want anybody out there that is so inclined to re-watch Revenge of the Nerds, and not like a Comedy Central playing of the movie. I mean, like, get the tape, watch the movie. Tell me if that is an appropriate movie to show to kids anymore. Because I remember seeing Revenge of the Nerds, at least an edited version of it, when I was pretty young. Might have been preteen or early teens. But that's still pretty young to be seeing that movie. Since the majority of the plot is, yeah, really considered kind of rapey now. Since, you know, they break into the sorority house, they go on a panty raid. I almost said something about the shower scene, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's Porky's. 58-48. GGF. GGFFS. Just missed the top 10, but we are in the top 20. Oh, yeah. Well, alright, time to start answering questions in my head using IMDb. What? Why is it so hard to find these movies that I'm looking for? Here we go. Oh, David Zucker! He's the director for Naked Gun. And what about Airplane? Do I need to include the exclamation mark? Oh, I am searching the wrong thing. How did it switch what I was looking for? There we go. Yup, Jim Abrahams and David Zucker. Directors for Airplane. Same as Naked Gun. Okay. So that explains why there's a lot of humor that crosses between those franchises. Oh yeah. No, Spaceballs had a completely different writing crew and everything. Okay. Oh, Michael Winslow, the radar technician. Yes. John Hurt as John Hurt. And Dick Van Patten as King Roland. What an amazing character he was. Oh my god, he was in Soylent Green? Get the fuck out of here. Here it comes. Dear Force! Wait. Oh. Yay, actual clickbait. It's not the person that article is about. But yeah, speaking of older movies, speaking of older movies that have one of the most spoiled endings of all time, say Soylent Green and Citizen Kane are on that list. But Soylent Green is actually like a really, really good movie, start to finish. I highly recommend it. Not just for the dystopian aspects of it, but it's a very, very interesting view on a dystopian future and how population control might be handled. But I believe the single greatest on-film reason for a riot is in Soylent Green. They're trying to get this crowd to disperse, but they start rioting, and one guy just yells, "But it's Tuesday!" Now, in context, that means Tuesday, you know, they have like half price on certain varieties of Soylent, or Tuesday is when they have the new Soylent Green for sale. But it's Tuesday. Hey man, I've got some voices I can do. I'd probably prefer my streaming setup to be in the other room of my apartment, just so I'm not, like, right up against my neighbor's bedroom. So I could start doing nice, loud, goofy voices. I just don't usually mention the funny voices that I'm capable of, because I don't want people to then say, okay, we'll do this, okay, we'll do this. And now someone's going to. It was mostly just accents that I was pretty good at. There is at least one voice from TV that I can do. I'm not going to mention who it is, but I will mention that he is a sprite option in the Link to the Past randomizer. Ooh! There's some cross-referencing for you. Anyways, Excuse me. Didn't I make a really bad decision about my intermission one of the last times I did this? Pretty sure I did. Oh, I remember what I did last time. I just did everything up to, like, the entrance to the gold cave. I didn't actually do it. So I now need to go do it. Now. Waiting for Sin Lagoon. Oh, man. No, I think that's just how much health I have at the beginning of the game. We're good. Stop, dude. Bleh. And for obvious reasons, the combat in this game can be super scary. There's two of them, like, right on top of each other. Ah! No, dude. Come on. One. Okay. More than that. Come on, bro. Oof. Should not be attacking down. Attacking down is like the riskiest direction to attack in. What I need to do is just get up next to him and hit him a whole bunch while he's stuck against the wall. Yes. Even if it was that long, just all the time, that'd be fine. Nope. But that's one of the charms of Lagoon. Is, believe it or not, you still get like a really engaging experience out of this. I'm more angry about the camera. You have to get so close to the edge of the screen in order to scroll the camera. Whereas it should work like in Legend of Zelda, where you just... Like in Link to the Past, for the most part, you're staying in the middle of the screen unless you're going to transition to a different screen. This game is also nowhere near as open as Link to the Past. I think, like, the beginning part is kind of open. Like, you can hang out in the first area or two and do some grinding at the very beginning of the game. Because one of the first towns in the game has an item that you cannot purchase unless you do some grinding. But it is a really overpowered item. Come on. Back over here. Because you do have very, very slow health regen throughout the whole game. But when you're in a town, you get a very much accelerated health regen rate. And the item that you can buy near the beginning of the game that is way too expensive to be placed near the beginning of the game will give you that health refill rate in any room that you use that item in, including boss rooms. So, and if you grind up that much money, you're gonna be over-leveled as hell for the remainder of the game. So it makes the game a lot easier. 20 gold! Here, put these on and get ready for your adventure. Got 20 gold. But unlike Zelda, we have a jump button. Ow. We also have to fight the Rake a whole bunch of times, apparently. Yeah. You know what? He's fine. He's fine. We're just not going to fight him. His brother down here, on the other hand. I'm going to have some words with. Fuck. Man, I've got him trapped in a corner, and he's the one that's going to kill me. Okay, we got him. Oh, this is a dead end. Fantastic. Buy a lot of silver for all that gold I've got. Oh, man. If there was only a Terraria economy in this game. That thing cost well over 100 silver. That's fine, I have 20 gold. I don't think there's a map in the game. Yeah, it's an overhead swing with just, like, a really big knife. It's either a really big knife or it's a short gladius. Which even then was a stabbing sword. So... Hey, man. It's better than the other version of Lagoon that is out there in the world. Which is just bump combat. You just bump into enemies. And that's how you fight. That was... Wow, the zoning. This is the Sharp X68000. This is the other console, computer console, that Lagoon exists on. I want to say the music... Well, I think they've got more music in the Sharp version, just because it's some kind of computer. And there's also cutscenes with, like, actual voice acting. And the actual, like, story of the game is told a bit better. See, I can bump into these guys, I can just, like, move them around. But I can't fight them by bumping. A rapier that was also snapped in half. Oh shit! He's the guy from, Pirates of Dark Water. While we're throwing out old references. Didn't that dude have a broken sword? Ah, dang. I'm gonna have to get back on Google here in a second. No, as long as I don't have anybody to second guess me. Another game that I wish would not have been just a generic beat-em-up on the Super Nintendo. They would have done a bit more with that IP. Wait a minute. Isn't there someone in town that I need to get the dungeon key from? Hypothetical? Rhetorical question. There we go. Okay, well, to be fair, I don't know if I ever actually saw the cartoon, but I would always see, like, advertisements for the action figures, or the video game, or the cartoon, but I don't remember ever actually seeing an episode of it before I found out about itssaturday.com. So yeah, there's, like, someone in town here, I think, that gives me the key to that dungeon. Isn't it like the prayer house? You are not the prayer house. No, it's not the prayer house, because that's a building you can actually go into. And there's like an interior to it. Place of faith, this is it. What do you want? Go home! Damn! Okay, maybe it's not there. I thought it was there. Here's the other big house that's in town. Too far south? That's it. This looks like a big house. Mayor's house. Please be careful. Sorry. Good luck. Don't one of you guys give me a key? I thought someone gave me a key. Who gives me a key? Demons appeared in the cave. It's terrible. It kind of, yeah. They're also pooping in the river, and it's making the water muddy. And that's a plot that is never again touched in this game. It's like addressed once or twice throughout the entirety of the experience. It becomes far more about defeating evil and becoming the champion of light or whatever. Who cares about cleaning up the water? That's like a public works thing. Please rescue Giles. Giles and Giles. We've had this discussion before. Yeah, incoming explosion, since I need to quit out of the race channel. Who knows, maybe I'll find a really good sound effect, like from Chex Quest HD. Replace that. Just like the generic phlegmoid noise might be good enough for that. Those guys make some really goofy noises in the original game. I've yet to play the HD remake. I think... Alright, fast forward. A speed walk around this town. I think I've been to all the buildings that will let me go inside of it. I don't remember who gives me the fucking key. I thought there was a lady that was like, oh yeah, we kept this monster locked up in the cave for so long, and by the way, here's the key. In case, you know, you want to go fight him or something. I believe there are demons in the cave. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Thank God you can talk to the rooster in Lagoon on Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Good luck. Be careful. Is that even something I can do yet? I don't think I can do that yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it with 100% certainty, even though I don't have 100% certainty. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it anyways. I can't go in that door that I tried to open yet. There's a different door that I'm looking for. Don't know where it is. And I'm about to get murdered by monster. Am I gonna have to look up a map? I'm gonna have to look up a map. It's the way I got through this game the first 2 times I've played. I have not beaten this game because the final boss Well, the final boss rush of this game is ridiculously difficult. Unless you know, like, certain safe spots. Certain places you can stand where if you jump at the right time, the boss can't hit you. Can you replace with a movie quote? Will not repeat same mistakes that I've made in the past. No, you're making all new ones. That one might be a bit too spicy of a reference. It was a two-person part, so... Ah, there we go, the door that I need. Going up. Can't believe it. Oh, yeah, short hallway. We outside? We're not outside yet. We've got one more room, one more area to go through. Ow. Oh no, my health is already... health is already filled back up. I just have a piddling amount. Oh god, this guy's gonna kill me. Saw the edge of a new enemy. Someone that's looking forward to ending my journey. Oh, spooky skeleton night. Up here, skeleton. Combat can also be really easy in this game. Especially if you get an enemy that doesn't do anything besides slowly walk forward, like a skeleton. Just have to get the right vertical plane. Just take him the hell out. These other guys, though, they're a bit more of an issue. That's a wall. I line these skeletons up? Oh. And they're pinning me in. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. Oh wow, I actually leveled up. You can tell by either keeping a really close eye on my health bar, or by looking at my NP numbers. Or, you know, if I went into the menu and looked. Speaking of looking, it's probably something I need to do to make sure I don't just walk into an enemy and get myself killed. Where's the doorway? Doorway this way? There's down way. Why do I feel like I'm retracing steps? I'm not. We made it! Oh my god. Another super short hallway. 0 enemies. Nice. Dude, we did it. Also, I want to make a mountain range that looks like this in an RPG Maker game. Those cute little clouds down there. Those clouds are really close to the ground. I don't know what this world is. It's Lakeland. Lakeland has a drinking problem. Unrelated to our talking about Airplane earlier, that is actually what the back of the box for the SNES copy of Lagoon says. It's like in big letters on the back of the box. Lakeland has a drinking problem. Oh, we found Giles. And we found Giles. All illusions are down, Peter. Demons seem to be afraid of the light. They didn't follow me up here. I got hurt! Wonder if someone was able to fully replicate an actual released game on RPG Maker. That's been actually a kind of dream of mine, is I want to recreate Final Fantasy Mystic Quest in RPG Maker. Not necessarily the PC RPG Maker either. Like, I'd kind of like to use RPG Maker 2 on the PlayStation 2, because that level of graphics is what I'm looking for. I want to remake Mystic Quest, but I want it to look like a PS1 game. I am in the race. Go ahead and get my windows moved. Got going, not Jewin. I heard along the way. I wish I had the healing pot, which can cure anything immediately. Do you have it? Okay, so I didn't get a healing pot from the town. So I need to go back through the dungeon. No, I need to look up a fucking map. Yo, RPG classics. Coming to the fucking rescue again. Okay, so there is a healing pot in Section 1 of Gold Cave. This is outside. It's not actually on these maps. Created by Starfighters76 at hotmail.com. I wonder how long ago this was made. So I don't need to go all the way back to town, unless he specifically needs the healing pot from town. I'm hoping I can just pick up the one that's in the dungeon here. So this is Section 3. There's a spooky skeleton coming up to poke me in the stuff. I need left here and up at my next opportunity. Maybe not at my next opportunity. Nope, it's gonna have to be at that one. This should be it, actually. It's not. Nope, I'm in the wrong section of the map. Am I in the top left? Yeah, I'm in the top left. Let's take my friend Skeleton with me. so we need to head down here. Then left. No? Okay. No, we need to go very, very right, and then very down. God damn this camera. Like, yeah, I'm easily more upset by the camera in this game than I am the sword. Alright, here we go. This takes us to section 2, which is the hallway with a single enemy. Help. Yep, that's why attacking downwards is kind of risky, because your hitbox, hurtbox, whatever, is not where you think it is. It's not anywhere that makes sense. It's like off to the side somewhere. Plus some additional enemies. Boom, healing pot. This game also does have one of my favorite features of RPGs, and that's when you upgrade your armor, you actually change what your sprite on screen looks like. Like when you get a new shield, your shield changes. When you get new armor, your armor changes. When you get a new sword, your sword stays exactly the same. Like the one thing that most people would probably want to have a visible upgrade for. And yeah, no, you don't get. I just need to go up and right. Ow. Skelly boy. But I have definitely played games that have worse combat mechanics than this. Okay, we got the healing pot. Let's see if this will actually work. What? There we go. I must have hit the cancel button. Thank you. I'll take it. Ugh, it's bitter. Yuck, yuck. Can't go back to the village alone. Take me home. Now is the time where I really want to do a little bit of science, because I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't exactly need direct supervision. He might. Yeah. Yeah, he kinda does. Yeah. Okay, he tries to close the distance on the horizontal plane before he tries to clear the vertical plane. This is just whichever one is further away. Whichever is the longest distance, he tries to close that gap first. That's the way I want to phrase that. But yeah, I don't need to wait for him to be right up on me in order to go through a door, though. And he doesn't get hit by enemies. I mean, he got hit by enemies a whole bunch when he came in here originally. But, he's gotten over that, I hear. Okay, but see, I'm in the door. I can't get more in this doorway. So I need to wait for... I either need to wait for him to walk all the way around, even if I sit here and hold fast forward. Yeah, he ain't coming on his own. He's probably walking into a wall somewhere. Did he even get out of the first hallway? Oh wow, he didn't even make it out of this room. Wait, where is he? There he is! What the fuck? Stupid character with his name that can be pronounced more than one way. In the middle. Now go down. Excuse me, skeleton. Skelly friend. And engage in combat with you. I was about to say, why is this music so familiar? It's 3D Game Heroes. On paper, 3D Game Heroes probably should be my favorite game of all time. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic game. But it's one of those ones that I still haven't beaten. I've gotten more than halfway through it, but... So what? Haven't beaten it. I haven't even beaten, like, the next to last dungeon. Like, the fire tower, or whatever. Okay, so he's still gonna be walking right. Anytime. There he is. Let's close that gap a little bit. Got good horizontal positioning. Just need to take this down as long as it will go. And now we need to wait for Giles. Giles. It's like Mario. What's your first name? Mario. What's your last name? Mario. What about him? Is he Luigi? No, he's Luigi Mario. The I think it is official that I am the person that gives video games and movies and TV shows and all that way too long to make their point. Just... Where the fuck am I going? I need to be going off to the right, not to the left. But yeah, like games, movies that people generally say are bad. I usually try to find out for myself. Try to formulate my own opinion on the subject. With a lot of games, that's not the case. Like, I've played a fair number of, like, licensed movie games, and none of them are fantastic. None of them are, like, the greatest games of all time, but they're solid. You know, may not have liked the Fantastic Four game, but, like, Rise of the Silver Surfer, that one was fine. Giles, get down here. Giles? Oh, attacking up is the real danger. What is a hitbox? No, Giles, come on. Quit walking into the wall. Get down here so we can leave. Before this fucking slime monster gets here. Okay. First objective of the game. Mission complete. Thank you, I've made it home safely thanks to you. By the way, about the locked door in the cave. I heard the old woman, Faith Healer, talk about it. Talk to her if you are interested in it. So long, and now he just runs. He apparently also has the health regeneration rate of being in a town. Faith? You're not the Faith place. You're the Faith place. The old lady Faith Healer is in this house. Well, thank you for showing me the house. Really? You're interested in the door. There's a demon called Samson in there. Matthias and I once locked him in with this key. Take this key if you are confident that you can defeat him. Samson's key! You did it. I was right, she had the key, I just had to get Giles first. Samson became more powerful with the evil water. And he's calling the demons to the cave. Okay. So let's get back there. Let's see how humiliating and hilarious it is at the same time when this dude crushes me in like 2 hits. Because I'm level fucking nothing. Yeah, wet or gassy games just don't hold up. This is why nobody still plays Booger, man. Oh, fuck that game. No, there's still people that play that every once in a while. I don't know why. Probably because they know how to play it. Simply knowing how to play a game should not be an excuse for actually playing the game in some cases. Alright, so we're level 3, 217 gold, 66 out of 90 experience. Going to the magic menu. We don't have any magic yet. Items. We have Samson's key. Yeah, I figured. We have an equipment screen. With, like, a sprite preview, which is very nice. You can see how Nasir is going to look. You put that new armor on. We're gonna save the game right here. And I'm gonna go and probably get destroyed by this boss. Oh, shit. Where's the... Oh, yep, ran into him. My friend is a monster. Woof. Let's try that again. Come out here so I get a little bit of health regen. That's all the health I've got. Dude, where is this fucking guy? Oh, eked an attack out. Shit, where do I hit him? There we go. I was about to say, how did he not kill me on that last shot? Okay, so I can take a couple more swings from his weapon than I thought I could. I just need to get in here and show him the freaking business. I am, unfortunately, not doing very much damage, and I'm dead. Now, since I'm at level 3, I think I'm still doing minimum damage to this guy. Because instead of doing 0 damage against bosses, they just give you, like, the minimum. Fuck, man! I can't get my vertical placement right. Probably gonna have to be the last attempt. Fuck, he actually got an attack off on me while I was spamming. That's the secret, though. You just get right up in his face and just keep hitting him. I don't understand sprite placement. Alright, I do need to get Super Metroid up and running, so... Damn. Just no luck. With my placement and his placement being compatible. Thankfully, you can just, like, leave and come back. Really? Fucking really? Oh, he had like 1 or 2 hits left. Come on, man. Ah, this is so aggravating. I can't get Nasir placed right. Fast forward my health back up. Fuck off, man. Ugh. I had him stuck for so long. And then he just breaks out. This is not an easy video game. Especially when the dude is only vulnerable for like a pixel. Dude, I can't mash much faster than that. Alright, last try. Yeah. Okay. So let's get our good friend the hat opened up. It's the hat. Draw a name from the hat. Ascent! Yeah. Yeah. So, if I do decide to play Lagoon again for another intermission, I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of grinding. At least bump myself up to level 4. I'm pretty close. Alright. I'm gonna use the restroom and I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright. Let's get IRC opened up. Let's get Dot ready. All right. Little gnats just zipping around in my room. Like, I get it, dude. It's kind of warm outside. Doesn't mean the bugs need to be in my apartment. Good luck, have fun. Good luck to Bressingham, his first SM race. Hope he has some fun. Nice apathy, Doc. Don't fuck up. Alright, just be a crab. Don't fuck this up. Yes. Yes! Attaboy, Steffi. Oh, that's great. Exactly, Firepat. Have to know who the real winner is. Here we go! In 3, 2, 1. Holy shit. I was not on the right screen. That's fine. Oh, they closed their window. It's fine. Yeah, because that screen's totally the one you're supposed to be on when you're ready for a race. Yeah. What are you talking about? Where have you guys been starting races? Shame I have to blow this place up. Nice combination of blue and green. And of Metroid soda. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and now it comes in caffeine-free. But then we also had to replace one of the chemicals with something that's, you know, used in rat poison. And if you drink too much of it, it'll make you have to get your legs amputated. Alright, viewers, it's your choice. Which diet soft drink am I talking about? Answer all of them. Oh, basically anything with aspartame in it. Yep, this is gonna be a bad series time. I'm not gonna call this one in. Mm-mm. If it would have been a 39-39, then yeah. But I was not about to stand on an elevator for... what, 1/100th of a second? See, and everybody beat me anyways. Apathy, Doc, if that's the case, then I win. Let's not get confused just because I'm not reporting my time. moved over too far to the left. Eat some pits, but it's fine. Still moving. So not only did the hat select 2 Samus sprites for us, the hat also selected 2 Samus sprites that aren't really... they're not really that different from the vanilla sprite. Like with Ascent, you get some different colors. Like I'm orange instead of yellow. And then with the nature suit, the only real big difference is the fact that gravity suit is more like dark blue purple. Fuck you, space pirate. Fuck you, wall jumps. Ooh-ha. Just die. Let's go. Zoop. No. I probably brought this up the last time I mentioned something about Phantasy Star, but I need to play a Genesis RPG at some point. It's probably going to be one of the Phantasy Star games. Actually, I wouldn't mind playing through Crusader of Senti. Just because Crusader of Senti is so much like Legend of Zelda. It's got some different stuff going on to it. It's its own thing. Like when someone got mad at me when I told them, no, 3D Game Heroes is Legend of Zelda. They didn't understand the metaphor. And they got, like, real mad. It's like, why are you so mad? It's like, this isn't even something that you know anything about, and you're getting emotionally invested? Like, arguing a point when you have zero idea about what you're talking about is just a recipe for disaster. This is why I usually put so many qualifiers in my speech. I say, I think, or I could be wrong. Or, in my opinion. If more people just added, in my opinion, the things that they said, like, there would not be nearly as much, just, like, bullshit between people. At least, like, in social media circles. It's like, wait a minute. What? But it's like, if someone says, I need another super, thank you. You know, if somebody says that a certain movie, or a certain video game, or a certain book, or a certain place in the world is the greatest in existence of all time, blah blah blah, no room for debate, keep me away from those people. 'Cause it's like, I mean, it's obviously your favorite one. Yeah. It's because there are people out there that will just take a subjective statement as an objective fact, but it's mostly because they have no ability to think for themselves. But it's like why I kind of dance around with what I say when it comes to, like, when we were talking about the Star Wars movies. You know, haven't really seen them, so I can't say too much personally about it. All I can say is just, like, at the time, from the trailers, I did not give a shit. I did not see anything in the trailers that made me care. But it's only after basically knowing those movies without having seen them that I'm more interested in seeing them. I just constantly go back to the subject of movies. It's because that's more... It's more of, like, what I casually watch. You know, like videos on YouTube that aren't just people playing video games. It's people talking about movies. Or it's people talking about stuff in comics or pop culture. And by pop culture, I don't actually mean pop culture. I don't know what's popular in today's day and age. I mean, I figure people still care about those fucking AMC shows. Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. Figure people still give a shit about those. And for a little while there, people really cared about Game of Thrones, but... Boy, you want to talk about an intellectual property that I just did not connect with ever. Just... Sorry if anyone cares, but yeah, I just... never saw a single episode of Game of Thrones, and I've seen a handful. I just never saw an episode that made me give half a shit. Because by the time I started even seeing episodes or intentionally watching the show, it was already at the point where, who's gonna die in today's episode? The thing that really took me out of Game of Thrones was the fact that they killed off Sean Bean's character, Robb Stark, so early. Sean Bean's one of my favorite actors. I thought they were building this whole show around him. Nope, just his family after he gets his head chopped off. Thanks. I mean, if someone cares, I don't necessarily need them popping up to defend the finer points of a show that I don't care about. This is the reason why I only selectively talk about the obscure bullshit that I know about. Or I have to share it first, so then I can start talking about it, like, clunk, like Rocket Ship XL5, or Fireball XL5. I'm getting it confused with names of bad movies. But yeah, like, who in today's day and age, besides me, the people in my chat, and maybe some of the people at the Shout Factory Twitch channel, in today's day and age, even know about Fireball XL5? And by the end of it, I cared more about those puppets than I did about a lot of other fictional characters. I care enough about these characters that I don't ever want to see an episode in color. I've seen what they look like in color, and it's... I mean, it doesn't add anything. If anything, it takes away from the experience because you're confused as to why these people have different colored uniforms. And there's no other, like, medic or science officer, or whatever the hell Venus is. There's, like, no other women in the service in Fireball XL5, so we don't know if that's just the female uniform. Is that the medic's uniform? The science officer's uniform? It's not explained. Because in black and white, they all really do kind of just look the same. It's only when you see that shit in color, it's like, wait a minute, these guys are wearing red and she's wearing green. What? Why? You would think if they're all on a spaceship together, they'd all be wearing an exceptionally similar uniform. I can understand the different colors, like, you know, the Star Trek uniforms. But those were really basic. They didn't have any, like, additional accoutrement on them. Like, they didn't have any fancy shoulder pads, like the Fireball guys did. So, you know, I would understand maybe changing, like, the color of one thing with a uniform for different distinctions. You know, this guy's an engineer, this guy's an officer, this guy is captain. It would have been nice if they would have at least had, like, another medic or another science officer on a different ship that was wearing the same, like, color of uniform that Venus was. So we could at least say, okay, that's just what the medics wear. But I'm gonna have to go back and do a little bit of double checking. But I was pretty sure that Venus was the only character that wasn't in just like that typical red and white Galactic Patrol uniform or whatever the fuck they're called, I forget. Space Force. Or, you know, if there would have been, like, another female crew member at all in that show. Like, I get it, it was the 60s, and misogyny was a lot more commonplace. And there were a lot more women in that era that were just going to accept their position, do their damnedest, and not... And try to just be an equal and not be an absolute pain in the ass. Not saying that women in the workplace are. Saying that the majority of ones that I've known have been. Hey-o! But then that's not misogyny, that's individual instances. Not talking shit about all women, just most of the ones that I've ever worked with. Which isn't even that big of a number. Let's just say, when you're, like, one of the first male employees in a very long time, or you're one of the only male employees in a certain area of the store, yeah, you end up finding out about how lazy and scummy some people can be. Oh, hey, could you do this for me? No. I'm not gonna do that for you because it's your fucking job. What are you gonna do while I'm doing your job? Boom. Nice. Intentionally jumped high to make sure I got that. Because I don't want to have to farm before Fantoon. I want to just get in there. I mean, hey. Especially during these times, all I can say is I know who I want to have come out on top. Gonna give me a mid again? Nope. Slow boy. Got him. Surprised he kept his eye open for that long? That's way too close. I've got to just plug him. Big boy beam. Okay, I thought I was stuck in the wall for a second. As in, stuck in the wall and not able to get out. I was simply stuck in the wall and able to get out. Like, I'm fine with getting stuck in a wall, but only if I have the option of getting out at some point. It's one of those video games where you do the wrong thing and you just end up stuck in a wall forever. Well, guess I'm not playing that video game. What game can I think of? I can think of one game where you can get stuck in a wall if you're not careful. But if you are careful, you can get stuck in the wall and use it to your advantage. And that would be Super Pitfall on the NES. It's one of the few Super games that came out on the NES. Apparently placed that power bomb too high. Wow! Okay. It's the first time I've done that, I think. It's an interesting result. I got the horizontal shine spark, but I hit the tube. I'm in favor of a new bonk. All the old ones were getting to be a little too familiar. Oh no, I let the atomic out. I really do want a ROM hack in this game where this guy doesn't start walking forward. He just brings his arm up and just throws you down through the floor where you're supposed to end up. It would be nice to see him just do like a little bowling throw. Roll the ball through the spikes. Spike ball should be a thing. Be like the spike breaking armor from Symphony of the Night. Except it's just a morph ball, and you get to roll through spikes. The ability to go through spikes is definitely an interesting tool for exploration-based games. Could lead to some very interesting backtracking. And usually backtracking isn't very interesting, so anything to kind of spice up that part of the game. And get the down back to work. We have to roll through spikes to power it up, and then it can make spikes. Imagine a video game where enemies take damage from spikes too. It's gotta be a game like that. I know monsters in Terraria, some of them take damage from lava. I don't think any of them take damage from the spikes, though. I think they do take damage from some of the other style of traps, like the spiky ball traps and the spear traps. Dart traps, of course. Flame traps. And I can think of, like, some beat-em-ups. Where, like, you can throw enemies into pits. And I mean, in most video games, pits and spikes are kind of treated the same way. Just as a thing you're supposed to jump over. Yeah, I think I've got The Messenger on my wish list. It's just not, it's like somewhere right in the middle of my wish list. So I always see other stuff first. It's a good missile. I don't know how that first one hit. Two. And I've got 3 supers, so I'm good on that. Yep, should have killed those guys on my way through. Alright, little guys, all I need is supers. It's the only thing I wish to get access to from your drops menu. I don't need you to drop me nothing, I need you to drop me supers. But yeah, there's just so many games out there that I still want to check out. I still want to check out Iconoclasts, because that one definitely captured my attention. Of the, that one of the 2 games that, like, came out at the same time. It was Iconoclasts and Celeste. And everybody jumped on Celeste. And I'm sorry, I don't like that kind of platformer. If I want to play that kind of platformer, I'll go 100% Super Meat Boy. And yeah, 100% Celeste is definitely way too difficult for me. I've seen people doing some of the stuff that a lot of people that play Celeste don't even bother doing because they think it's too hard. But they still want to say that Celeste is a really good game, a lot of fun. It's like, yeah, but you're not even playing all of it. Again, they're like saying that, you know, oh, any percent is fun, but 100% sucks. Like, that in and of itself isn't a good enough reason for me to not be interested. The good enough reason for me to not be interested is just the mechanics of the game itself. Like, yeah, I don't want to go out of my way to purchase something that I know is going to frustrate me. At the very least, if I know that I'm going to be buying a game like that, I want it to be two-player. Or if it's on Steam, I want it to have remote play functionality. Back when my brother lived in town, I'd want to make sure that it had local co-op so that at least I could play it with someone else. Because bad video games are a lot less bad if you play them with another person. If you share the pain, as it were. And then, of course, I've got games on Steam that you just can't play single player. I mean, maybe there are some of those games that have, like, a CPU that you could put in. But with some of those games, they are specifically built to just be, you know, two people doing local co-op. Like Bird Skitball. Or any number of the Pong variants that I've got. I think I've got maybe one or two games that are basically just Pong, but they've just been given a slightly different spin. Even Bird Skitball is kind of like Pong. It's Pong, except you can pick up the piece and move it around. Just put it in your bird's mouth and fly into your opponent's goal. Not enough Pong modding. I mean, does Pong for PS1 count as Pong modding? They modded it to be a PS1 game. Like, dude, I don't even have Pong. Pretty sure I don't even have Pong on my Atari 2600 emulator. I think I've only got 3 games for my Atari 2600 emulator. It's Adventure, Yar's Revenge, and Hero. Nobody joins my Pong Discord. Oh yeah, my request line ran out a while ago. I need to do something about that. I'm gonna be on an elevator before too long here. Get in the hole, Samus. Oh man. Not so much Star Tropics 2, but I have been watching recently some speedruns of the original Star Tropics. So I'm hopefully getting more and more familiar with Star Tropics just by watching speedruns of it, kind of like how I did with Super Metroid. The only difference with that would be the fact that I knew Super Metroid from playing it as a kid. Star Tropics, I'm kinda just starting at square one. I do want to play that first game all the way through, though, at some point, because it looks so cool. And I just don't understand why Nintendo never did anything more with Star Tropics. Like, I don't know if they got in bed with Hudson Soft real bad and just decided, let's not do any more with Star Tropics, let's put energy and effort into Adventure Island instead. Who knows? Did not get... Getting in bed with Hudson Soft to get that sweet, sweet Bomberman money. That's even sweeter Mario Party money. Oh, man. I can't think of anything else Hudson has done besides Adventure Island, Bomberman, and Mario Party. I think it was only like Mario Party 2 and Beyond, I think. I don't remember if Hudson had anything to do with the first Mario Party. All about Master Higgins. That's right. See, that was the weird thing with that Japanese TV show, Game Center CX, that there's a Twitch channel that streams episodes of that now. Or it's that, like, middle-aged Japanese guy, and he's got the, little thing, like paper on his forehead, and he's playing video games. For the longest time, I thought that was somehow, like, an in-house thing from Hudson Soft. Like, it's this guy, and he's gonna play all of our Hudson Soft video games, and then I figured out from watching the show, like, what actually is going on in Game Center CX. And I like it even better now. It's basically just like a television Let's Play. Saturn Bomberman, because you could play as Higgins and Bonk. That's cool. I would totally play Bomberman as Bonk. Always thought Bonk could have been probably a bigger mascot than he was, but thought he was at least one of the mascots for the TurboGrafx 16. But obviously, no video game mascot's as strong as Mario or Sonic. Ah yes, the Golden Axe song that's in like 3 different games and can be requested multiple times in a row. I personally added this Golden Axe song to my request line, with at least one of the other ones. It's like Golden Axe on Game Gear or something, but it's the exact same music. Like, no, I'm pretty sure the Game Gear couldn't produce the same quality of sound that the Genesis could. Then again, I don't know. I never had full-time access to a Game Gear. And no, in the very beginning, it was a hell of a lot more impressive than the Game Boy, just because it was a color screen. Yeah, that's the other point. Then we got that lovely little device we call the Game Boy Advance. Probably my favorite handheld. Mostly based off of the strength of the game catalog. It's a damn shame about what it did to all those soundtracks. The music on the Game Boy Advance was so poor. I remember, like, when that very first iteration of, like, Visual Boy Advance came out. Or, like, No Cache. And, you know, some of, like, the real early emulators for Game Boy Advance. And the only games that were available for download were Tony Hawk 2, Choo Choo Rocket, and... shit, I thought there was another one. But anyways, then they just started coming out with amazing title after amazing title. Like, Metroid Fusion was a fucking launch game. It's ridiculous. It's one of the best games on the entire system, and it's a launch game. You had, of course, my favorite Castlevania game, which is Aria of Sorrow. So that was the first Castlevania game that really made me want to sink my teeth into it, pun intended. That's why I kind of had a similar level of expectation for the first time when I played Dawn of Sorrow on the DS. Still think that one's a real good game, but I definitely want to try out some of the other Castlevania DS games. And of course, I've still got to play Circle of the Moon from Game Boy Advance. And Harmony of Dissonance. Why did I stop? Run. That was weird. Although I don't really... like, if you've ever seen what Harmony of Dissonance actually looks like graphically... and I'm not, like, a big... you know, graphics whore, for lack of a better term. I don't really give a shit about graphics. If your game feels good while you're playing it, and it's got an interesting enough combination of actions that you do. Talking earlier about that revolving loop of exploration, combat, and resource gathering. You know, if the gameplay feels good and can keep me entertained, then yeah, I don't care what the game looks like. I play Adventure on the Atari 2600 emulator that I've got. Adventure is like the most basic game. You are controlling a square, moving around a barely colored world that is not even detailed. Everything's just flat color. The antagonist in the game is a fucking dragon that doesn't look like a dragon. Looks like a big mutant duck. But yeah, like if I can play ColecoVision games, Atari games, Intellivision games, and still find a way to have fun, the graphics aren't what's holding me back with other games. For a long time, I did want to stay away from the Fallout games. Because I was like, dude, look at these games. They don't look even anywhere close to as good as first-person shooter games from 10 years prior. Like, when it comes to, a hand holding a gun, I mean, Time Splitters 2 did a really good job of that. It was a really good first-person shooter. And it was on PS2. And you're telling me this PS3 game that's supposed to be the answer to gamers' prayers? Decade-long unheard prayers of gamers wishing for an experience like this, and you're telling me it's Fallout 3? No. At that point in time, I was like, no, I want to wait till the graphics get to be about, like, 2 or 3 generations better than where we're at with PS3. Then I can start actually giving a shit. But we're never going to get photorealistic graphics, because there's always going to be some level of uncanny valley to it. Because people that are experts in facial reconstruction and facial anatomy don't work in video games. If you're good at, like, facial reproduction, you'd probably be in with some police department, using that as a way to help track down criminals. I need fucking Super Missiles game. They're not giving me any. Okay, we got some from him. But I need, like, 2 from each of these Metroids coming up. And I need to go back for them if they drop some. Okay, so I'm gonna be 20 and... And I get 5 missiles back from that, but I don't get any additional supers. Fucking damn this RNG, man. I'm good though, right? 20 and 7 is all I need for Mother Brain. 2 missiles to spare, okay. Just don't miss. I'm still gonna... No, I'm not. I'm gonna heal up like normal, and I'm just gonna go for it. 20 and 7 is what I need. Wait, I'm gonna need to take this guy out with missiles. Then I'm gonna need to go refill. Should have done this first. Well now, fuck it, I'm already here. Let's just... I should have just come to do this first. But I didn't think I needed to. But then I started thinking about it and I'm like, maybe I do. And just that little bit of doubt was enough. Yeah, some wind insurance. Let's get some of that, man. Seriously, it's what more people need to worry about. I mean, I guess after you've beaten this game so many times, just beating it isn't gonna be enough for some people. Gotta do it fast. And you're dead, madam. Ooh. You know, getting back on the subject of bad video games, I'm trying to remember, what is the one game that I play 99 times out of 100, someone's gonna tell you that's a bad game. And immediately, the first thing I think of is, well, Lagoon. You know, what I was just playing for the intermission. Because a lot of people swing their sword once in that game, and after they get done laughing, they say, okay, this is shit. I'm not gonna do this. This is shit. You see, when it comes to stuff like that, I can't really think of too many video games that, like, someone would point at and say, this game specifically is unplayable because look at these graphics. Or this game's unplayable because whatever. The only, like, the big time I can see really liking at least a movie, despite what I heard other people say about it, was the Green Lantern movie. I had zero problems with the way that movie looked, because it wasn't that long beforehand that we had those awful-looking, in my opinion, awful-looking Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Like, some of that CG in the very first Spider-Man movie was so obvious and so bad that it actually took me out of the movie. Like, it just completely took me out of my suspension of disbelief, and I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. It's like the first time I watched Alien 3. There's that one scene in Alien 3. They tried to shoot it with a dog wearing a costume to show like a smaller xenomorph scuttling around in the prison. But they couldn't get the dog to move right. Like it didn't look right. It looked like the dog was just trotting everywhere instead of like running at full speed. You know what? No. I'm not putting Fuck everything, jump button. Holy fucking shit. Hit my jump button 3 fucking times. It didn't work on any of them. Was gonna make some kind of joke about how, no, you don't fucking deserve to have screw attack. I'm not gonna bother putting it back on, because I tried to do a fucking menu, and I can't even menu properly right now. I'd really like to cut the 1 with this, but now I'm starting to have my doubts. Not going to be any GGs for this one. This is going to be FFS. Shake my SMH. Yeah, hour 9 seconds. Fucking crap. No, that's a G, and that's a lowercase g at that. Yeah. That's bullshit. Beat the game, though. That's what's important. Well. Fan-fucking-tastic. Ship has cloaking tech. Cameraman didn't see it coming till the last second. The operation of killing the cameraman flying around in space is a space pirate. Is there, available to me on Google, a top 10 worst games of all time? Oh, there's some YouTube videos. Wait, what was list of video games notable for negative reception? Here we go. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Let's see if I can find anything in here that I actually liked. Final Fantasy XIV is on this list? Really? Did people really not like Final Fantasy XIV that much? Huh. Yeah, Shaq Fu. I understand people not liking that game. I didn't think it was that bad. Action 52. That game deserves to be on the list. Philips CDI Legend of Zelda games. The second one. The Wand of Gamelon. I'd actually make an argument for that game. If that would not have been a Legend of Zelda game, that'd be remembered today as like the greatest game on the Philips CDI. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV is like the only one that's really confusing to me. I guess it's people that were complaining that it was an MMO. Here it comes. Dear Force! What else do we have on this list? Oh yeah, I remember everyone complaining about Aliens Colonial Marines. I definitely remember people complaining about the 2014 version of Dungeon Keeper, because it's a bullshit mobile game. Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2017 deserves to be on this list because it was just one giant microtransaction. No Man's Sky just didn't deliver on everything it promised. And Fallout 76 is Bethesda's attempt at an online game. Anyways, that is gonna do it for me for tonight. Oh, 6th place. So I was 1 away from top 10 last time. Now I'm 1 away from top 5. Shake. 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 So yeah, start out by saying big thanks to Ponk for hanging out and doing some lawyer stuff with me earlier today. We will be back on Monday with more Terraria. And again, if anyone would like to join in that game, you would have to get a hold of Ponk. Thanks so much for Insane Firebat and the rest of the SRL guys for the Super Metroid Any Percent races. A lot of fun as it is, each and every single week. And good luck to anybody and everybody if they're going to be doing more Super Metroid races tonight. And of course, I need to... Yeah, we did it. Yay! Alright. So that leads me to the last bit of this bit, which is thanks for stopping by, thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next week for more races, and on Monday for some more Terraria. Not with Slot 5, though. I'm probably going to have to make a character out of one of my other slot games just to, so I'm not completely overpowered when I go back into Ponk's world. Don't want to just beat up on Moonlords standing in a static position. That might not be fun for all involved. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. If you are so inclined, I suggest you do the same. Otherwise, have a good one. I'll catch you next time. See ya!